You can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. So my name is Alon Tobatolo Alashe Gabriel, and alongside Seed, I will be hosting you today. Welcome to the Abuja Power BI user group. And today we have someone in our midst whose work I have admired a lot, even if we have not spoken before, but whose work I've admired a lot. Of course, I've seen a few of his YouTube videos and all. And today we want to look at how to crack challenges, how to approach data competitions, how to approach any type of data competition, especially when it comes to Power BI visualization and all, like a pro, right? So we would commence soon. So our guest, I would have loved to introduce him directly, but I think it will be in the best place to do that. Um, but let me see if I'm fit to tie the lace and do a little bit of introduction. So Efasa is for those of us that don't know him yet, he's a Power BI developer, of course, a data visualization specialist, and a Microsoft Fabric engineer. So he's all of that and more, right? Now, he works as a logistic analyst at very a very distinguished company, and is passionate about teaching. Of course, we can see that about in his YouTube pages where he would hold YouTube live sections just to teach individuals who are willing to learn how to come out with winning um, or good visuals, good analysis, as well as good visuals that can help to drive insights and make data-driven decisions. And beyond that, also, I think he has a thing for competitions where he just have a way of finding his way around data competition. He's no other person than please pardon me if I pronounce or permit me to pronounce your name this way. And of course, when you come up, you are free to correct me. If Efasa Okeh, right? If I'm correct, sir. Please, you can unmute your mic and let me know if I pronounce your name well.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct, actually. Well,
Oh
you're
wow.
correct.
Oh wow. I think I need to go and drink cold water. All right,
Yeah,
thank you so much. So
congratulations.
so
You're correct.
so like I said, I just gave a rough introduction about who you are and what you are capable or what you do and what you are doing. However, I would really like you to give us a quick introduction about you, and then we can go into the subject matter of the day. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to commend you guys for what you're doing, and thank you for the opportunity to be part of the Abuja Power BI user group. I don't really know what else to say though. Like the introduction covered everything about me, and basically, yes, a Power BI developer, data analyst. I love data visualization, data analysis, and I currently work with AB InBev International Brewery, right? We basically produce Budweiser, Hero, Trophy, Betamort. Those are our product, Flying Fish. So I'm actually in the logistics department where I work as a logistics analyst. So in my free time, I love to make content, YouTube content about Power BI, creating reports, data analysis, and yeah, I also love to partake in data competition. That's one of the reasons I'm here, right? I love to partake in data competitions. If you need to create a visual, the competitions we have out there. Currently, I'm prepping up to see how I can participate in the Microsoft competition that is coming up, right? Now, that's just me. That's the part I've decided to take when it comes to data analysis and being a Power BI developer. So it's glad to meet you guys. I'm really happy to be here. And this would be more like um, a practical approach, right? What I do and how I do it, and it's tested. trusted, and if you go the same path, if you take the same path, I can assure you, I don't think you'll go wrong actually. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So I don't want to go wrong. I think I want to start participating in data competition. I usually would run away from competitions and just do my thing. But I think
Yeah,
it's about time. From what I've learned yesterday and today from our event, I think I want to start doing hackathons and competitions. Someone has said that the money there is sweet, and of course the recognition as well is also a sweet thing. So welcome on board, sir. You have the floor.
yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate. So, um, interesting. You said the money is sweet, and well, I at first I wasn't really participating for the money because at that very point I felt I didn't feel I was going to win anything though. I wasn't so sure I was going to win, right? But
Okay.
I wanted
Can,
to
can
I
I
wanted
can
to
I ask you
participate.
something before you proceed?
Go ahead,
Now
please.
that you started to win, now that you started to win, how is the money like? Is it sweet like they say?
Uh, Uh, so okay, so so the first data challenge I won, there was no really money prize attached to it, right? It was just Udemy course and some other stuff. Then I think there was this other one I won. Then they gave me an Amazon voucher. I bought a bunch of stuffs, bought headset, but I just bought like it was interesting, right? It was free money and ah, I just felt like, damn, this is sweet. Then of course I won
Okay, you
again.
were correct.
I Yeah, so yeah, so it's free money is sweet actually. I don't want to deny the part that is sweet, right? I don't want to deny the part that is sweet. It's free money. Then I think one of them sent me about he sent me about $350 one time, and damn, that money was so sweet because I wasn't expecting
It
it.
came at the right time.
It came at the right time. I enjoyed myself. Then I flexed that money. Money that you did not work for.
And you walked to. Shebi you did
There
you
are two,
think you
yes,
thought you did competition.
yes, yes. So since you
Let
didn't
me allow
work
you
for
do
it,
your thing. Let us
yeah,
not talk about the money.
yeah. So you didn't work for it. It's very sweet. But that's not why we're here, right? So first thing first,
Yeah.
I want to create a concept for you, right?
Okay.
One, the data space is um very competitive, right? The data space is very competitive everywhere. By the time you turn, if you make a post today that you're looking for a Power BI developer, trust me, you will have about, you'll be sure to get 20 to 30 Power BI developer. More than that, actually. So you're definitely going to get more than 20 to 30 to 40 Power BI developer. So, and come think of it, we are in Nigeria. There's no so much opportunity for us, right? Some of these companies, they are just coming up to, they're just getting used to using data. They just want to start adopting using data, not like they've been using data before now. Why some have been using data before now? So we have those that are using data and the ones that just want to start using data also. Now, at every point in time, you need to do something. You always need to do something to stand out, to put yourself out there, to make yourself visible in the community. So I want to start sharing my screen, right? So while we're talking, I'll just be running through some things. So please confirm when you can see my screen. Okay,
Oh yes, we can now. I can't see your screen from now.
okay, great. So when it comes to, okay, so when it comes to data competition, participating in data challenges is actually a personal thing for you. It's supposed to be personal for you, right? You take it personal and you tell yourself that I want to participate in this data challenge. So how did I start participating in data challenge, right? I was learning a lot. I attended boot camp. I was watching a lot of videos on Power BI, creating reports, but I wasn't getting much opportunities. So I felt I wasn't doing something right. I felt maybe I didn't know enough to get me the job I wanted, the data job I wanted, right? So I saw an opportunity in participating in data challenges. Now, data challenges, you have a lot of persons participating. You have people from different part of the world, different countries. When you follow them up, you hear them say they got submission from maybe about 100 submission, 50 different countries. So which means you have Power BI developers from different countries all participating in one data challenge. What am I doing in the recent? I am validating my skills. So don't get me wrong. It's very interesting. You want to win, but trust me, to be honest with you, when I started, I didn't even have the intention of winning. I just wanted to participate to measure my skill sets. Now, one of the data challenges that you can easily participate in is the FP20 Analytics Challenge. FP20 Analytics Challenge. And their current challenge is the ticket to resolution that's optimizing IT support's performance, right? Now, I needed to improve my skills. I needed to also validate my skills because at the point I felt I wasn't doing enough. I felt I didn't really know much to get me that opportunity I needed. What's the best way to measure yourself? You measure yourself against other persons, right? So I wasn't really participating. I didn't have the intention. I didn't even know I was going to win. That's just the truth, being honest with you. I gave it my best shot just to see how I stand out amongst other persons, other Power BI developer from different parts of the world, right? Now, when you submit your report, it goes through different validation. Eventually, they announce result. The for FP20, they get to announce 3 reports. Now, for every submission you look at, different approach to analysis, and you're asking yourself like, what just happened? So at the point when I submitted, of course, I wasn't winning anything. But for the reports that made the top 5, the top 3, when they announce those reports, I go back to those reports. I will start looking at what these persons did differently from what I did. Behold you me, I start asking myself, like, how did this person think about this thing? Why didn't I think about it this way? I expect that we're not supposed to think the same way, right? But
What
I
did
started
that?
looking, yeah, I started looking at I started looking at this person's analysis like, wow, how on earth did this person come up with this solution? Oh, did that consecutively for like 3 months. And behold you me, I won my first challenge. I was surprised, like I wasn't really expecting it. I just created the report. But now my analysis for that challenge, that very first challenge, wasn't focused on um, just answering questions. My analysis was tailored towards providing a solution. And that was how I actually won. And in the moment I won that challenge, right? I just said to myself, this is the right way to go. I validated myself, like, yes, I felt this validation within me that, okay, yes, which means I'm actually good enough to get this job. If you give me the opportunity, I should be able to get it done. Now that opened a whole lot of things for me, right? It created visibility for me because I was always making posts on LinkedIn. Yes, I'm participating in this challenge. And what happens next? By the time you get mentioned or you submit your reports or you post your reports, you get seeing people send you messages, friend requests, they want to collaborate with you, they want to work with you and all. Now, I built an entire data portfolio, data analyst, Power BI portfolio from data challenges. I didn't have a portfolio. I didn't have an internship. There was no place I went to do internship to get. I built my entire portfolio from participating in data challenges. So this is one of the data challenge we're going to you can participate in, which I always participate in. One, right? FP20. But let me show you, let me walk you through my portfolio before now, right? So this was my portfolio. So I don't have some of the reports here. They are not new, right? They are old, but this was not a for this end-to-end Microsoft Fabric project is not a data challenge, but this was a data challenge, right? This report here, supply chain, comprehensive supply chain management, was for data DNA data challenge, right? I participated in the challenge. I think I got one of the badges, right? This is a data challenge report. This is also a data challenge report. I made one of the top 5 for this report, e-commerce report. This is also a data challenge report. Now, amazingly, this report, this supply chain report, somebody saw this report. I don't know how he saw the report. He just sent me a message on LinkedIn, screenshotted the report, sent me a message, and he said he wanted me to replicate this report for him. Now, not for exactly this report. He has his own company. He works for a company. He said he wants me to create this similar report, something like this, working with his own data for him. And of course, I billed him and he paid and I created the report. It was really interesting. Now, as of this day, this was the first report I created. This was the first report with which I won my data challenge, the first data challenge I won. This North American retail sales optimization. Now, I have a client. Now, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's something very simple. I have a client that for every report I create for a data challenge, he will ask me to remake that report, just to revamp that report for him for just a small amount of money. And it doesn't take anything for me because I already created the report. What he wants is just a different look entirely. He wants a different look, something different from what I've created, but I'm using the same measures. I'm using the same analysis. I'm not going to go over the analysis again. I've done it already. I'm just going over it, just changing the UI, changing everything for him. And I do that every month. And I get a token from there. It doesn't cost me anything. How did that client get to meet me? I was participating in data challenge. He saw my report and he was like, "Oh, I like this your challenge submission. Can you recreate this for me and send me the PBIX and everything? Explain it to me." He said to himself that he doesn't have time, but of course he's a Power BI developer like me also, but he doesn't have time. But he would love to be teaching with the report. That's how I got that. Until date is still running. That's why sometimes you see me, I still get to participate in challenge. Now, this is also for a data challenge. This was also for a data challenge. This was also for a data challenge. Now, how many data challenge reports do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I created an entire Power BI portfolio from participating in data challenges. Now, it looks funny, but how did I get my data role, right? Yeah, these are some of the certifications I have. How did I get my data role? I got my data role through validation from my portfolio. Now, I didn't mention my background. I'm actually a pharmacist background. I'm a trained pharmacist, which means I have a bachelor of pharmacy. I'm a certified pharmacist. Now, when I submitted my CV to for the logistics analyst role, of course, I passed through everything. Of course, the impression you get is what is the pharmacist business with logistics data? Okay. Um, this pharmacist, does he have the skills to actually excel in this role? The only thing that spoke for me was, yes, he does have the skill. Let's look at some of the work he has done before now. How do we see them? We'll go to his portfolio. What do I have in my portfolio? There are just reports from which I participated in data challenges. That is how I created an entire comprehensive Power BI portfolio just by participating in data challenges. What next? What has data challenge done for me also? Now, you get different kind of data for every month, for every of the challenges you want to participate in. You're not going to get the same data. This month is actually ticket resolution, right? Ticket to resolution, optimizing IT support performance. Next month is going to be a different thing entirely. So what is it basically doing? They are exposing you to different domain of data. we're working on IT support today. Tomorrow we'll be working on business. Next tomorrow, probably logistics and supply chain. So what happens? You have a comprehensive portfolio covering different domain, right? Not just one domain, different domain, right? Now, let's not talk about the competitive aspect of it. This a lot of features are coming up every day. What is the best way? What is one of the best way for you to stay afloat, for you to keep yourself visible? This opens it up. It gives you visibility. One. Now, if whether you win or not, the fact that you participated and you have a report out there and you have a lot of mention, I don't know what it does to the LinkedIn algorithm, but trust me, if you do it once, you get to see people sending you requests, wanting to join your network. It just opens you up to opportunities as you go, because it validates what you can do. There are a lot of Power BI developer out there, but if I give you the job, how am I sure you can do it? How can you confirm to me that you can do it? I get people say, oh, we need data to practice. We don't have data to practice. We need to probably do an internship. Trust me, if you can't find an internship, if you find an internship, great. If you can't find an internship, participating in data challenges is one of the best bets for you to create your portfolio. In fact, it is a whole new internship for you, right? So after all this said and done, what do you need to do to stand out while participating in these data challenges? So let's look at the FP20 Analytics Data Challenge. It's a monthly challenge, right? It comes out, then of course they give you the data set and everything and some instructions, right? So for this ticket to resolution, optimizing IT support, you're already thinking at the back of your mind, like, okay, this is about the IT industry, right? They normally have tickets, just the way you think about it. So one of the first things I do when I get a challenge data like this and I see ticket to resolution of stuff like this, I'll go and read about this domain, this IT domain. I'll go and read about it, right? I'll read about it. The reason I'm reading about this domain is to get me acquainted with the KPIs I should be looking at when it comes to this data domain, this IT resolution. But because I have a report here a long time ago, down here, I have one of these reports that's technical support analysis. I know this report has to do with tickets. I can remember very well it has to do with tickets. So that gives me an idea of what I'm looking at here, right? Ticket resolution. When you call, you probably call, or you send a mail, or you lay a complaint, there's always an SLA for the duration of time that ticket needs to be resolved or closed and all that. But interestingly, for this challenge, they have all the instructions you need to follow, right? And of course, you can actually win this $300 also. All participants get a 3-month free access. What I didn't know this before now. This is interesting. This is another 342, and yeah, these are interesting prizes here for you to win, and you can see all the prizes well detailed out, right? Now, if you scroll down, you see why participate using Zoom chat. This is actually
Sorry, you can't hear him again.
Yeah, I think so from my end as well.
somebody is actually playing in.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold that. Who is there? Can you speak up? If you can, who is that? Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Who? I can't hear you. I don't know. Somebody, I don't know. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Mr. Efasa, Mr. Okeh, we just stopped hearing you briefly. That's when I commented.
Okay, that's fine. But you can hear me now, right?
Yes, loud and
Yes, I
clear.
can hear you now.
Okay. So for this FP20 challenge, right? Let me just quickly explain what's going on here, because the challenge is actually in two sections. We have the FP20 Analytics Challenge. Then under the FP20 Analytics Challenge, we have the Zoom Chat challenge also. So FP20 is the owner of this challenge. They are the ones organizing this challenge. Now, Zoom Chat is one of the sponsors of this challenge, right? So what you have there now is more like a two challenge in one, but it's actually one challenge. You can participate in FP20 challenge by just creating your report and using the regular native Power BI visuals, which is the Power BI visuals, the visuals we already know and use. So if I open my visualization pane, these visuals here, just these native visuals, if you use them for your reports, that automatically you can actually participate in FP20 challenge using these. But for Zoom Chat, they have their own visuals. These are Zoom Chat visuals, right? They are Zoom Chat visuals. So if you create a report and you use these Zoom Chat visuals, that automatically qualifies you for Zoom Chat mini challenge under the FP20. And it also qualifies you for FP20 challenge itself, which means your report goes in for two challenges, the FP20, which is the mother body of the challenge, then Zoom Chat, which is the more like the child for FP20. Now for Zoom Chat, for you to use Zoom Chat and participate in your the challenge, the instructions are all the instructions are here. First, participating using Zoom Chat, you need to register. When you register, they'll create an account for you, a developer account. They'll give you an email, a password. With that email and password, you can now go to your Power BI account where I have my name here. You sign out and sign in with the email and password they will give to you. With that, you can create your report using these Zoom Chat visuals here. There are a lot of There are a lot of content on YouTube about how to use their visuals. They have a channel on YouTube on how to use their visuals. But if you don't want to do that, you still can just create your report and you submit your report for FP20. Now, of course, there's always a start date. This one is starting on the 23rd of June and is going to end on the 22nd of July also. Start and end date. Now, this is the interesting part, right? These are the few questions they want you to answer using the data, right? They've given you a clear instruction here, a few questions to help you with your analysis. What else are you looking for? Everything is here. They've given you the data set. They've given you the task. They've helped you with a few questions.
Okay. If you can hear me, I think you're lagging. We are currently, from my end, I can currently see the challenge introduction. I don't know if that's what you are showing at the moment, where you have the start date and the end date.
Okay.
I don't know if that's for everybody.
Sorry, he has already passed that stage. He has moved to the task itself.
Okay,
that may be from your end.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can go out
and come in again.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now if you scroll down, they've given you the instructions. They've basically given you everything, what they want from you, right? But this is like a guide. It's like a guide for you. They are saying a few questions to help you with your analysis. You read the scenario, right? Now, they said ticket types and tags, what kind of issues, bugs, requests, features. They've given you everything. They've stated it here clearly, right? So what I do, one of the first things I do is I read about this entire IT domain, right? It gives me a clear understanding of the domain of what I should be looking out for, right? What the KPIs I should be tracking, what I should be looking out for. So I think this report opened up. Yeah, this was one of the reports I created for IT support some time ago, right? There's technical support center, the tickets. So I have an idea of some of the things I should be looking out for: open, in progress, resolved, closed. This was a long time ago. The tickets, the distribution, the time at which the tickets they are coming in. Of course, the ticket log. I think I have another column that has to do with ticket log and SLA, another page. This is just the ticket details, right? Ticket details and all that, and the rating each ticket received. So I have something similar to this, but basically what you do, read about the domain. Then when you come down here, you can actually see the judging criteria, right? The judging criteria, how easy is your report to understand, 10 points and everything. Then, of course, if you scroll down again, you can now see the data set. This is the data set. So if you, of course, English, they have Spanish. So if we're using English, I'll just select English and I should be able to download the data set here. Now I have the data set downloaded for me. Then, of course, I'll open the data set. There are a lot of materials in it, not just the data. So you can see I have the data set itself. I have the introduction. This is the introduction. It's also a brief, right? They give you a brief to walk through. So they're practically giving you everything you need to create a report. So they've given you everything you need, just a guide to follow, right? Then I can come back and open the data quickly. Let's just look at something quickly. So if I open the data, right, there's always a dictionary also attached to the data. Man, this data is quite interesting. So there's always a dictionary attached to the data. So the data dictionary is here, tells you everything about each column you can see in the data, right? Ticket ID, unique identifier for each ticket, the date the ticket was created, the resolution date, right? The subject of the ticket, the body, the answer, the type, the queue, the priority, primary tag, secondary tag. Primary tag is primary classification of the ticket, secondary classification, general category, technical specific. Okay, so these are all tags, right? Then the resolution tag, assigned resolution classification and all that. So everything is right here in the data, right? Of course, I take my time. If you read more about the domain, right, it gives you this view. You can now look at the KPI you should be tracking, right? One of the KPIs that we'll be tracking in this case is resolution time, right? The date the ticket was created. This is the date the ticket was created. This was the date the ticket was resolved, right? So one of the things I'm definitely going to be tracking here is resolution time or resolution dates, right? And also I'll be looking at resolution rate, which is more like resolution rate. So if this ticket was created on the 12th and it was resolved on the 15th, it practically took like 3 days for this ticket to be resolved. So I'll look at it across all the tickets, right? Now, one thing you also need to understand about tickets, right? When I read about it way back then, there's always an SLA for each of the tickets that is created through different channels. So basically, if you create a ticket through a mail channel, there's always an SLA. They expect that ticket to be resolved within 10 minutes or so. It depends on the organization, right? It depends on the organization. It depends on the firm. For me, for example, right, when I'm working at work and I have something to do, and maybe I'm trying to log into my Microsoft account, I can't log in for some reasons, I have to raise a ticket. So I raise a ticket, I have to send a mail, or I can make a call, or I can use the AI agent, whatever channel. But for each of those channels, there's a maximum time, resolution time. So that is very important when it comes to ticket resolution. It's very important. Some companies will tell you for emails, you need to resolve that issue within 30 minutes. For calls, you need to resolve it within 10 minutes. For what other channel they have, you need to resolve it within 5 minutes. So now you now check the date the ticket was created, the resolution time against the target. You can now know by how many percent you are off target or within target and all that. So that's one of the route I'm going to go. But like I said, some of the questions are already stated here for you. You can look at these questions. Some of them are stated here. How long does it take for ticket to be resolved? Is here on an average. Do higher priority tickets get resolved faster? So some of the questions are here. But one thing you shouldn't do, right? Don't go answering these questions the way they are written here. Don't start by saying ticket types and tags, then you start answering these questions one after the other in your report. No, don't do that. Just look at these questions that are here. The report, note one thing, they said one of the instruction is this report has to be, I think, maximum 3 pages or so. Yeah, look at it here. They said, okay, at least 2 pages, right? 2 pages, maximum 2 pages. Your report, okay, that's 3 pages at most, 3 pages. So your report should be 3 pages. So I can decide to say that, okay, my report is going to be 3 pages max. Let me look at first page should talk about the tickets, the types of tickets, and the time the tickets are created. So if you look at this, my old report, this report I created a long time ago, this is content and SLA. It's divided into different sections. So you can look at SLA achieved, violated SLA, stuff like that. This is looking at the SLA. Then I'm looking at where those tickets are coming from. So ticket volume, right? I'm looking at the volume of the tickets and what time most of the tickets are created. The reason I'm doing this is because if I'm able to tell my organization that most of the tickets are created on weekdays or they are created during the weekend, you can easily know how to assign your manpower. You can easily know where you're having issues. Let's say your SLA, you're not complying with those tickets coming from mail and all that, you can easily know how to resolve and how to work around that. So I think I have one of these reports here that can easily reference to in order for me to create this new report, right? So that's basically it. Follow the instructions. Most importantly, follow their instructions. If they say 3-page report, don't go and create 4-page or 5-page report. Follow these instructions, create a 3-page report. You can also increase the size and the width of your report. But this is very simple. Just increase the size of your width of your Power BI, right? You just come to your Power BI and Canvas settings, custom, and you make this 1080 1920. So you have enough space to work with. You have enough space to work and create your report. 3-page maximum. Once you're done creating your report, all you need to do is simply follow the submission instructions. To submit is pretty easy. I don't think there's any challenge in submitting. Just look at the submission criteria here. Just upload the PDF document, tag FE20 and all the people you need to tag, Federico, Zoomchat, Enterprise, and submit. Of course, your entry will be validated and, of course, considered also. So, research on the domain, right? Research on the domain. Once you're done researching on the domain, structure your reports. Your reports must follow that structure. 3-page reports. So my first page of my report should be looking at ticket volume. It should be looking at resolution time and resolution analysis and all that. Then of course the third page I can look at the different locations.
Just me or we cannot see any makeup.
It's not just you, we can't hear him.
Hello, okay. Can I hear you again? You dropped off. Okay, I think his network is having issue. Oh, I'll just give him a few seconds and I'm sure we'll come back. But guys, hope we are enjoying ourselves and we are gaining um insights and having value for our time.
Most definitely.
All right. Just give me a few seconds. I think he's back. I think he's back. Just wait for him to share his screen and get connected back. So we can continue. Me, I want some free money too. Hello, you can hear me over network. I think it's been going on and off the call. Don't know. But we're reaching out to him anyway. We're going on and off the call. You guys should just give us a little bit of patience, a little bit of time, and hopefully things get resolved. Okay. So while we're waiting for him to come back, please, if you have any question so far, can you just if you have any questions so far, which I don't know if we do, I'd like us to start preparing the questions, and of course, we provide time for him to answer. Okay, so I don't know, we are still reaching out to him to see if he's coming back. Okay,
Yes,
he's
I'm
back.
coming back. I don't know what is. I hope nobody is using glue like me too.
Yeah, it's in glue. Sorry.
Apologies, I'm coming back. Is this glue? Everything has been working fine. I don't know what happened now. Everything seems to be fine.
All
Village
right,
people,
welcome
right?
back.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, so that's for FP20 challenge, right? It's monthly challenge. Everything is here, the entire details, but you have to take your time to actually read through it. So same technique. That's what I use for data DNA challenge also. You can see the moment I type data, it comes out because of course I'm always there. I'm always looking out for data challenge to participate in. So for FP20 data DNA data challenge, it's the same principle, right? They recently just created feature where they will feature your reports when you participate in their challenge. But basically, all you need to do is come to challenges here and be able to see their data challenge, their ongoing challenge. I think for June, yeah, today is 28, right? So yeah, so they are yet to announce winner for June. But when they are done, they will always have a challenge for the next month. Let me see. So this is June 2025. This challenge is not done. I think, yeah, it's done actually, it's closed. But they are going to open another challenge by 1st of July. They will have a new challenge for you where you can see the details. You download the data set as usual. Just enter your details, download the data set. And honestly, so I use the same principle I used before for FP20. When I get a data set, I go read about the domain the data set is coming from. When I'm done reading about it, I can go ahead and start developing my reports. First thing first, read about the domain. I don't know anything about IT. So why do I just want to start analyzing reports, analyzing data? Read about that domain the data is coming from. Once you're done reading about it, you can now go ahead and have the KPIs you want to track. Like I always tell data analysts, right? One thing is you know how to use Power BI, right? You know how to use Power BI. Then it's a different skill set to know how to analyze data. Why I said that is because you can be very good with using Power BI to analyze data. But data analysis itself is a whole different thing. So what I basically do is first thing first, right? You've given me a data set. I've read about the domain in the data set. By virtue of me doing that, I get to understand the key performance indicators I want to track. Now, I say key performance indicators because we have key performance indicators and we have performance indicators. But most times the performance indicators, they come together to make up a key performance indicators. Why am I saying this is because if you are able to identify these key performance indicators, you can now tell the direction the business or the organization is going to. If you have something to say, the best thing is to use these tickets as an example, right? That's the best we can actually do now. So you have the tickets here. You work as an IT support analyst, right? They've given you this data. The first thing you look at, once you have a great understanding, you should be looking at how fast are we resolving our issues. Remember, if you don't resolve your issues on time, it's a big problem for you. I remember I wanted to take one of these certifications exam for Microsoft. That's DP600, right? I went to the exam center. I was struggling all through. The network was bad. I couldn't write my exam. So they said I should contact Pearson. So I just logged in. Then I started chatting with whoever I needed to chat with. They needed to rebook me that means reschedule my exam, right? And within immediately I said, hello, my name is this, my exam number is this. I was supposed to take my exam today, and I just followed the prompt. In less than 5 minutes, I was rescheduled, which means I created a ticket, and that ticket was resolved very fast. So think about it. You don't resolve your ticket on time. Same thing with banks. You see that bank, you go to you go to the bank and something is happening to your account that you submit, they give you form, you submit 2 weeks, you still can't transfer, you can't reset your PIN. Those are tickets you've created. And you now have backlog of tickets. So by the time the bank they call, so some of the banks when they call you, oh, come and analyze our ticket data, and you tell them, geez, for the customers that wanted to change their PIN, that's their ticket they raised. They wanted to change PIN. It took you 3-4 days for you to be able to fix PIN issue, which means this customer cannot perform any.
Can't hear him again.
Village at this point, village people are responsible.
Even Lapo Bank that is complaining about, they are the people.
I did not mention any bank. Oh. I didn't mention any bank.
Well, you are
So
mentioning them passively. That's why they yank your network off.
Yeah, so think about it now, right? You go to the bank, you say you want to you want to get alert on your phone. They say submit your email, submit this, you start getting alert in the next 2 hours. 2 hours you are waiting. You still can't get alert after 1 week. You come back again, they say, oh, sorry, the person that damn, you're already tired. So these are the issues. These are the issues around it. Remember, people are creating tickets for different purposes also. So you should start looking at the category of ticket they are creating, Where is the issue coming from? Is it security issue? Is it maintenance and all that? Those are the things you should be looking at, right? When you read about the domain, you understand. For this domain, for example, I know it's always SLA compliance. There's always a target, and they look at the target against your time. Are we within target? Are we outside target? By what percent are we outside target? All these tickets we have here, did we resolve them on time? Did we fail to resolve them on time? Those are the things you're going to be looking out for. If you use the same principle, right? Use the same principle. Now, one thing I also want to say is don't try to answer all the questions. I can actually, I'll participate in this challenge and maybe my report will be a 2-page report and it will be centered on resolution. I'll just talk about resolution. And my resolution is how long does it take for ticket to be resolved? Are tickets resolved on time? That's just it. So don't try to overcrowd your entire report. You want to answer all the questions on volume, on resolution, no, just pick. There's a problem. Just identify the part of the problem you want to solve and just provide a solution to it. This is the problem. This is the solution. That's your report. Don't try to cover all the questions. Don't try to cover everything. Just pick one aspect your analysis wants to drive towards. That's one of the mistakes I used to make then. If I show you one of the reports I created one time for one of these challenge report, a lot of things were there. I wanted to put all the visuals in this word. Like one page of report like this, you have like 8 visuals. So of course, my storytelling skills, he didn't really say good about my storytelling skills because how can I be taking my report user from sales? I'm already jumping to profit. I'm jumping to what is it called? Quantity. I'm jumping to orders all in one page. My user doesn't even know what he's supposed to focus on. He or she is supposed to focus on. So please pick a section. Tell your story around that section, right? If you need to create 2-3 pages, one page you talk about one particular thing, the next page you talk about another, the next page you talk about another. So for every page I open up, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm likely going to get, right? And I won't lie to you, right? Participating in this challenge will open you up for collaborations, or you see people reaching out to you. They want to probably work together with you. Some person can just call you and say, oh, help me with this and all that. And networking also, don't underestimate the power of networking. You just be on your own and someone recommends you for a role. You be on your own and someone recommends you that, oh, contact this guy, he can help you with this report. Simple as ABC. That's because they've been able to validate your skills, right? So when I hear people complain that, oh, I've been looking for internship, I just look, you don't need any internship. If you can't find data challenges, that's your internship. By the time you participate in data challenge for like 3-4 months, trust me, right? Trust me. Two things will be in your mind. Anytime you're looking at data, you're always thinking beyond what every other person is saying. You are always striving to up your game. You want to be the best. You don't want to miss out because it's an opportunity for you to showcase your skills also. You don't want to miss out. So in as much as I'm trying to improve every day. So when I get the opportunity, I create time to always participate, just to put my report out there, just to create the visibility, because trust me, what's that saying? Out of sight is out of mind. Once you stop, people will forget you so soon. They won't even remember that there was this guy. You constantly need to validate your skills to tell everyone that you still can, you still know your game and you know how to do what you want to do. So I think the last one, right, is this Power BI, that's Fabric Community. They have a new challenge. I don't think I have the link to that challenge, but recently there's Power BI, right? They organized the challenge, more like a word challenge, and of course you saw the Power BI champion. Man, I'm actually aiming to go for something like that. I know it's going to take a lot, right? I can't really find that challenge, but I'll share it. there's a new challenge by, yeah, that's the data viz Power BI is turning 10. Okay, yeah, this is it. Join the BI 10, PBI 10 data viz contest. Yes, this is it. I think I will also join this also. I'll also try to participate in this challenge also, this data viz contest. Yes, the instructions are all here. This is new, right? This is new actually. And interesting, you have beginner category, new to Power BI. We've got a special category just for you. So don't feel left out. Don't feel, oh, I don't really know enough to be here. There's a beginner category here for you to just participate in. And of course, the judging criteria and of course your data and everything you need. So this is one challenge I'll definitely be participating in. The reason is this is the Microsoft community. Of course, it will expose you to everything you need to know. You want to get certifications for your exams, also free voucher for your exams. These are some of the things you need to be doing. And when the opportunity comes, of course, you'll be able to get such opportunities. So this is one of them. So these are the three major challenges I actually participate in, these three, right? But just try to participate in one every month. And trust me, is a pathway to, let's say, a pathway to success. Actually, it's a pathway to success because everything you need to develop yourself, the drive you need. Because one complaint I get from fellow developer, oh, I don't have a mentor, I don't have anybody that is driving me. Trust me, the fact that I want to participate in challenge and I know that there's an opportunity for me to win a prize, that's actually enough drive for me to always want to, keep up. And for the times you don't get mentioned or you don't win, you don't have to feel bad. You just have to tell yourself, I have to go again. This morning, yesterday evening, I got a very good news from someone in the UK. He has been trying to get a job, right, as a data analyst, as a Power BI developer, and it has been not so easy for him. So what I told him is that you give up, now you lose. Participate in challenge. Yes, he participated in a couple of. I'm not saying that when you participate in challenge, you get a job. No, but that opened visibility for him. He started creating interesting reports compared to what he was creating before now. And I'm so happy. Eventually, he landed a role, right? So it keeps you up to date. It keeps you updated with what is going on in the Power BI community. The new features are coming out. Of course, you always want to try them out and keep yourself hot all the time. So that's basically it. If you have any question for me, if there's anything you want to know, for sure, I'm here and readily available.
All right. There's a question for you here.
Okay.
Okay. Before Wahab, no, Abdul Wahid, sorry, Mustafa comes up. Let me quickly read this message by James Oladejo. Thank you so much for this section. I so much enjoying it. Okay, a question, please. What is the first thing to consider or first step to take in building a dashboard from data challenges or when you get a data set to build from? Sometimes I look at a data and I'm blank on what to start doing or where to start building from. How do I get past this? I don't know if you got that.
Yeah. So it's quite an interesting question, right? It's an interesting question. So let's practicalize it. Like I said, this is the first time I'm opening this FP20 website today. I knew there was a challenge, but I've not even looked at it. I've not taken my time to look at it. So let's say I come here and I see ticket to resolution, optimizing IT support and performance. Now we're in the age of AI, right? And let's say even if we don't have AI, and what I want to do now, the first thing I will always do, like I said, is I would, oh sorry, I'd want to read about this domain, this ticket domain, right? So I've not seen the data. Understand, this is not me looking at the data yet. So I'll probably just IT domain and so maybe we'll use one of these AI, right? I'll just open up one of these AI, ChatGPT or Clyde or which of them. I can say what. So what are the KPIs to track?
Can you hear me, please? Is anybody
Can you hear
listening
me?
now? Yes, we can hear
We
you.
can't hear.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
that's
Yes,
You've not been
yes,
speaking
I
for the
can
past.
hear you now.
No. I was muted. Sorry. Okay. So
All
what are the
right.
KPIs to track? To track for a data set in the IT domain that involves tickets, creation, and resolution. Something simple as this, right? And I hit it. So see, it's telling me when working with the data set in IT domain that involves ticket creation and resolution, your KPIs, key performance should reflect performance, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Look at the three things he mentioned. They should reflect performance, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Now look at operation efficiency KPI. It actually categorized everything for you. Total tickets created, total ticket resolved looks close, ticket volume by channel, ticket volume by category type. So I start reading everything. That service level agreement, we talked about it a bit, right? SLA compliance rate, breach SLA, resolution time, agent performance. This ticket actually, you have different agents resolving the issues, right? You have agents resolving the issue. So when you go to the bank and you see Angela, I say, don't go to that customer, Angela. Angela will not answer you. That one, after creating your ticket, you come back to this time again. So of course you have people and they rate them actually. Sorry, I don't know any Angela, or I'm just using an example. So they rate these customer care people also, right? Customer satisfaction feedback, that's the satisfaction score and all that. I have succeeded in reading about everything about these tickets, everything about tickets and all that. That's when I now go ahead to download the data. So of course, when I download, we did here now. Yeah, data can be overwhelming, right? Many looking at this data, I'm asking myself, what is this? Right? I'm trying to understand what's going on here. I'm trying to understand what's going on here in the V-Science. But then you have a data dictionary by the side here. So the next thing you do is go to the data dictionary, right? In this case, go to the dictionary, start reading about ticket ID, unique identifier, okay? Know what each column, right, represents, the information each column of the data carries, right? Then you can come back to the data. Having an idea of the information each of the column carries would help you reduce the surprise you're getting from the data. So you can actually relax and think about it that, okay, this column is just ticket ID. So this is a ticket, this is a ticket, this is a ticket. This was the date the ticket was created. This was the date it was resolved. What is the subject? So what is the subject? Customer support inquiry, right? The body, what the ticket contains, seeking information on digital strategy and all that. So you start answer. We offer variety like that. The answer the customer care person provided for this customer that was making the inquiry. So you read about it, right? Now take your time. Don't be in a hurry. And one thing, I can open this data. It can be on my tab for at least 2, 3 days. I won't do anything in the recent. What I do is I just come here every day. I open it. I start looking at each of the column. I start asking myself, okay, what is this? I just start getting acquainted with the data. Like I'm looking at the data at every point in time, just looking at it. Because I have a lot of fields here. I'm seeing priority, primary tag, secondary tag, category, technical. So if you don't have a data dictionary, take your time. Don't feel like anytime you open the data, the next thing is you want to jump to analysis. No. Just come back from there. Just tell yourself that I want to see what's going on in this data. What if you don't have a data dictionary? Fine. Ask yourself, what is each column of this data capturing? I look at this column. Say we don't have a data dictionary in this case. Let's say we don't have. I look at the column. What is the data this column is capturing? What is the data type here? What is the data this column is capturing? What is the data type? Just like that. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Just take your time. Take your time. One thing I understand about analysis, you have to take your time. You have to take your time. If you're in a hurry, I don't think you'll be a very good Power BI or data analyst. You have to take your time to understand what is going on. So look at the process, read about the domain, take your time to observe the data dictionary, right? If you don't have a dictionary, read about each column, look at each column, the data each column is actually holding, the information each column the data is holding, right? Try to familiarize yourself with them. Now, after all this, right, that is when you can now start talking about data cleaning and data transformation. Because I'm looking at this data and I'm asking myself, this body I'm seeing here, this body, am I going to do any analysis using this body? Because some persons, if you tell them to do analysis for you now, they'll be looking at this body here and like, how do I now do this body? I'm looking at this body right now and I'm asking myself, am I going to do any analysis using this body? Right? The body is actually the body of the ticket, the information that is actually inside the ticket. Am I going to do anything with it? I don't know. But if you familiarize yourself with the data, you would know. Then it's only when you understand the data and what you are seeing each column. That's when you can talk about data cleaning, data transformation, and data modeling. Because I think one of the mistakes you're making is when you just download the data and you see this data like this, how do I clean this data? How do I model this data? No, those are not the first questions you should be asking yourself. Ask yourself, okay, let me understand this data. Each column, data type, everything. Once you're done getting that clear understanding, right? That's even when you'll be able to identify if there's an error. You looking at the data, that's when you'll be able to identify if there's an error, right? I can bring a drop down here. I can bring a drop down here, right? I can bring a drop down here or a filter. What's going on with this one? No, shit. Oh. I can bring a filter here, right? And I start looking at this is ticket type, or what is this request type or ticket type, change, incident, problem, request, right? So those are the things you should look out for before you start talking about data modeling, data cleaning, and transformation. Of course, that's the right step to go. Transform, clean, model, and of course, you can begin your analysis. I hope that is clear enough to answer that question.
All right. I'm sure that is clear enough. James, if you need more clarity, please let us know. But then, Mr. Abdul Wahid, your hand is up. Mr. Mustafa, please, you can unmute and speak.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening. Just a little modification. I have not attained the qualification of bearing Mr. So I'm okay with Abdul Wahid, or you call me ATM. That's the acronym of my name.
ATM.
ATM. Very simple. Can see you don't waste your energy.
Can I send you my account number, please?
After I finish perfecting my dashboard, you can send your account number.
Okay, no
All right.
problem.
Thank you very much. So for me, I'm still at a beginner stage. Over the years,
Okay.
I've actually been working very well on Excel because I manage sales in a region
Okay.
for a financial institution. Now, straight to Power BI.
Okay.
For me, I think I've been able to take note of at least one place I can start from. I don't have challenge with maybe should I say how to start. That's not a problem for me. But at least I want to start making my work speak outside where I work, and that's in the international space. So I don't know if you have because sincerely, when I saw this challenge, I'm looking at it that where do I start from? But when I now heard you were navigating through something that has a beginner session, even in a challenge. So maybe let me start from my own category. And if you have more of those, please you can drop them in the chat even after this call. I'll be checking out for it so that I can also be participating at that pace before I sharpen my skills. That's just my simple comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, you've been using Excel. If you're using Excel before now, that it should be a very good and easy transition for you. Because the data analyst part, they always tell you is go read books about data analysis, then go learn a tool about how to use Excel. You can come to Power BI or Tableau or any of the visualization tool. You can go to Python, Arrow, like that, or SQL, then Postgres and all that. So great. Now, also, I know, yeah, you saw this beginner, right? I just saw it actually. I've not actually I've not actually read more about it, right? But where is that link again?
I
I
saw
think
it
I opened
under
it here.
Microsoft
Yes.
Fabrics Nigeria.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the beginner category. This is actually new. This is actually a new category. Uh, you can actually also see here that collaboration is encouraged, right? So one thing I've been doing, I've always been creating data challenge for myself by myself. Well, I'm thinking I'm thinking I will exploit this collaboration this time around because I think, yeah, I'm looking at this, right? So don't there, so you're not gonna find a challenge that says beginner challenge most times. That's one thing I'll tell you. It's just in this case I'm seeing this one now. These challenges we mentioned, right? They are also for beginners also. Trust me, you never can tell. Just give it a try. Give it your best. Give it your best shot, regardless of the level you are. And you just be surprised what will come out of it. Now, it's not just give it your best. And it's going to expose you. That's one thing I can tell you. And it's going to expose you at your own pace. That's just the truth. It's not going to change pace. It's going to expose you at your own pace. At your own pace. Because whatever you're learning here, if you're analyzing this data, you are analyzing it at your own pace. Nobody is telling you that, oh, you must win. You must win. No, no, no. Just take your time, look at what you see, analyze the data from your own aspect, submit. And interestingly, one of the things you get, right? Sometimes if you watch their presentation, you get feedbacks. They'll tell you what they looked out for, what they wanted, some of the things you could have added, just like that. Quite interesting. So you're not going to find beginner challenge anywhere, right? You're just going to see challenge, but trust me, it's nothing difficult. There's nothing difficult there. Just give it a try. Give it a try. Just try. That's just me. Try. I don't even know my fate, but I want to try. I know I want to try. So trust me, you never can tell.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
just try. Because something happened to me last year. Just to add to all this, something happened to me last. There was a particular challenge I was supposed to participate in, and after a while, I just felt like, you know what, I'm not doing job. What if they don't pick me? What if I don't get to win? Fast forward to a few months later, I saw somebody talking about the challenge. It was part of the top 10 or top 20, and he proudly showed me his report. No, and no offense, but I was like, in my head, I was like, I would have done something better. I would have done something better. So it became more annoying that I did not participate, that I doubted myself. But I said all of that to say you may be looking at yourself at a beginner level, but then somebody just started learning data today and is very bold. Of course, there will always be the imposter syndrome or imposter syndrome, right? But some where you are thinking you are not good, you'll be surprised that you enter the challenge, give it your best, and you will see some submissions and you'll be like, ah, I'm glad I did it. Again, you will get to learn you get to learn a lot of skills. So this lady was speaking on our space yesterday, Nancy, and she was saying every time she goes, if you know Nancy, if you're in the data space, you know that Nancy is like your hackathon mama. She's always looking out for anywhere there's hackathon, right? Most times she would say, every time I go into an hackathon, I learn the skills on the spot. So to sharpen your skill again, just enter, just learn. The truth is when you have the problem, you'll be forced to go to YouTube, you'll be forced to read, you'll be forced to make research and all of that. So just give it your best shot. Does anybody have any other question before we call it a day? So okay, I think somebody asked about that would be Jonathan or Kafo. So if you check the group, there are links to some of these. You have the F20, you have the Mervin Analytic, you have the data community, Fabric database, and data DNA. Any other question from any other person? Um, if none, Sid, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Uh, all right, Sid, are you still with us, Sid?
Okay, Sid. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you
All
so
right,
much for the wonderful session. Okay,
You're
somebody is
right,
welcome.
Sid.
typing.
Somebody is typing. What did you
Yes.
say?
Okay, recordings. Yes, there'll be recordings on. The recording will be out soon on the YouTube channel. Okay, I think that will be all. Thank you so much for taking our time to share your knowledge
You're
with
welcome.
us. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very
Yeah.
much.
So,
All right.
all right. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Thank you for showing up. We'll meet again next month. Hopefully, we'll be again next month with more interesting topics, and hopefully more interesting sections. Now, if you do not know our speaker, he has a YouTube channel. This is not paid, but he has a YouTube channel, and you want to check out some of his work on YouTube and see his thought process and how he's been able to think things through. Of course, when you watch the channel, you'll be able to know how he